ABC, the brand you trust.
When you read an English sentence, do you understand its grammatical components? Today we will revise a whole lot of English sentences through sentence part. There will be exercises on gerunds, participles and phrasal verbs, and we are here to guide you right through the process. Attempt all the questions and give it your best shot. Once you know how many answers you've got right, you can go through this VCD once again. Though these sentence bars seems like a test, it's just a great way to practice. Don't give up ever. Make the best out of each day and learn all that you can.
Namaste, मैं हूँ राघव.
Hi, I'm Mansi.
Today in part 4 of Sentence Power, we are going to study verbs in great detail. We will deal with gerunds, infinitives, present participles, and then we will learn a lot of phrasal verbs followed by a few other simple exercises.
Before you proceed, you must understand a few things. What is a gerund? A gerund is a verb ending in ing. Gerunds functions as nouns. Therefore, gerunds will be subjects, subject complements, direct objects, indirect objects, and objects of prepositions.
Present participles, on the other hand, are complete progressive verbs in the present tense. So all you have to do is choose the correct verb in the following exercises. When we do these exercises related to gerunds, infinitives, and present participles, we will understand this better.
So, give us your ears and be attentive. You can revise over and over again to learn it better. You just need to practice.
Gerund or infinitive. Choose the correct verb form. Let us do this together. What do you say, Mansi?
Sure. Here is the first question. To hearing, to hear. I look forward from you. The correct answer is I look forward to hearing from you. This is a gerund.
To smoke, smoking. He stopped 2 years ago. The correct answer is he stopped smoking 2 years ago. Here the verb smoking is the present participle.
Going, go. I rang her before, out. The correct answer is I rang her before going out. Here, it is the present participle, that is, it is in the present tense.
To tell, telling. I regret her about it now. I regret telling her about it now.
To do, doing. It was Paul. I saw him, it. It was Paul. I saw him doing it.
Disturbing, to disturb. Sorry, you, but I need some help. Sorry to disturb you, but I need some help.
To living, to live. I just can't get used in the city. I just can't get used to living in the city.
Finishing it, to finish it. I want you soon. I want you to finish it soon.
Do, to do. She wanted me, it. She wanted me to do it.
To live, living. I used in Delhi before I moved to Mumbai. I used to live in Delhi before I moved to Mumbai.
To look, looking. I was very glad to see her so well. I was very glad to see her looking so well.
To clean, cleaning. The windows need. The windows need cleaning.
To go to, going. I haven't got the money, the concert. I haven't got the money to go to the concert.
Taking, to take. Remind me the books with me, please. Remind me to take the books with me, please.
Calling, to call. I mustn't forget her tomorrow. I mustn't forget calling her tomorrow.
To try, trying. It's no good to convince her. She'll never listen. It's no good trying to convince her. She'll never listen.
Jumping, to jump. I'd enjoy bungee. I'd enjoy bungee jumping.
To meet, meeting. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed meeting them.
To see, seeing. I would like them again. I would like to see them again.
Waiting, to wait. I spent 2 hours for him. I spent 2 hours waiting for him.
To drive, to driving. It took her a while to get used on the left. It took her a while to get used to driving on the left.
To have, having. He insisted on us another bottle of wine. He insisted on us having another bottle of wine.
Doing, to do. Does it need straight away? Does it need doing straight away?
To close, closing. Would you mind the window? Would you mind closing the window?
Getting up, to get up. I don't like early. I don't like getting up early.
Dancing, dance. I often go over the weekend. I often go dancing over the weekend.
To work, working. I prefer here to my old job. I prefer working here to my old job.
Swim, swimming is one of the best ways to keep fit. Swimming is one of the best ways to keep fit. Do, doing. I'd rather it now. I'd rather do it now.
See, seeing. I can't stand them look so unhappy all the time. I can't stand seeing them look so unhappy all the time.
Steal, stealing. He was accused of the money. he was accused of stealing the money.
To succeed, succeeding. She wants. She wants to succeed.
Work, working. I'm not used to so hard. I'm not used to working so hard.
To help, helping. The rules are everybody work together. The rules are to help everybody work together.
Learn, learning. He's very good at languages. He's very good at learning languages.
Finish, to finish. You had better it before you leave. You'd better finish it before you leave.
Arrive, arriving. On, please report to reception. On arriving, please report to reception.
To watch, watching. That film was a complete waste of time. Watching that film was a complete waste of time. To find, finding. A place to park is impossible on Saturdays. Finding a place to park is impossible on Saturdays.
To reload, reloading. If the program still doesn't work, try the software. If the program still doesn't work, try reloading the software.
To catch, catching. I left the meeting early. My train. I left the meeting early to catch my train.
He managed to do the homework without a dictionary. He managed to do the homework without using a dictionary.
Going, go. Do you feel like out tonight? Do you feel like going out tonight?
Being, to be. I hate interrupted. I hate being interrupted.
Try, trying. There's absolutely no point in to call at this time of the night. There is absolutely no point in trying to call at this time of the night.
To have. I'd prefer white wine if you don't mind. I'd prefer to have white wine if you don't mind.
Recording, record. Check there's nothing on the tape before the film. Check there's nothing on the tape before recording the film.
To meeting, to meet. I'm looking forward her next week. I am looking forward to meeting her next week.
Doing, to do. What would you like this evening? What would you like to do this evening?
To finish, finishing. I didn't have enough time. The exam. I didn't have enough time to finish the exam.
To climb, climbing. She tried the mountain, but the weather forced her to give up. She tried to climb the mountain, but the weather forced her to give up.
Reading, to read. The magazine isn't worth. The magazine isn't worth reading.
Make to make. It's designed things easier for everybody. It's designed to make things easier for everybody.
Reading, read. I completed it after the book you lent me. I completed it after reading the book you lent me.
Going to go. It's time. It's time to go.
Arrive, arriving. I've told you before about late. I've told you before about arriving late.
Leave to leave. I'd rather now and finish it tomorrow, if you don't mind. I'd rather leave now and finish it tomorrow, if you don't mind.
Drinking to drink. Too much coffee is bad for you. Drinking too much coffee is bad for you.
To worry, worrying. It's no use about the exam now. It's no use worrying about the exam now.
Handing to hand. You've left it a bit late in your work. You've left it a bit late to hand in your work.
Speaking to speak. I really object to her, to me like that. I really object to her speaking to me like that.
Having to have to. I'm dreadfully sorry. Inform you that your application has been unsuccessful. I'm dreadfully sorry to have to inform you that your application has been unsuccessful.
Being, be. Remember to thank her for so considerate. Remember to thank her for being so considerate.
Giving to give. Please don't forget her the message. Please don't forget to give her the message.
Giving to give. He must have the book. I remember it to him last week. He must have the book. I remember giving it to him last week.
Bringing to bring. Did you remember your homework with you today? Did you remember to bring your homework with you today?
Getting to get. He had no difficulty a seat in the theatre. He had no difficulty getting a seat in the theatre.
Buying to buy. We stopped at the garage. Some petrol. We stopped at the garage to buy some petrol.
Coming to come. To the office every day is fun. Coming to the office every day is fun.
Phew, wasn't that exhaustive? You could always watch this VCD again to revise the sentences and correct your mistakes. After all, practice makes a man perfect.
In the next exercise, we will revise how to use the correct formal language. Please use the correct alternatives to fill in the formal language sentences.
Here is the first one. Was, were. If you, I would have met him. Which one is more formal? When you talk to your senior, which word would you use? The correct answer is if I were you, I would have met him.
Here is the next. Make a choice and select your answer. And remember, you have to select the more formal answer. Would? Good. I would be grateful if you send me the check without further delay. The correct answer is the second option. Could is more formal and has a polite tone to it. I would be grateful if you could send me the check without further delay.
At any time, at your convenience. I'm available for an interview. I'm available for an interview at your convenience.
Soon, as soon as possible. I look forward to an answer. I look forward to an answer as soon as possible.
Thanks, thank you. Thanking you in advance. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanking you in advance. I look forward to hearing from you.
Dear Mr. Sharma, dear Mr. Deepak Sharma, dear Mr. Deepak. Dear? The correct answer is Dear Mr. Deepak Sharma.
Very, really. It is good. It is really good.
Lest, in case. We forget. In case we forget.
Here are sentences using words that connect two sentences. They could either be connectives like and or because, or even help in showing a difference in the two sentences, thereby comparing and contrasting.
In this exercise, you have to understand the sentence and select its correct meaning. So choose the correct answer.
He put on his gloves as it was very cold outside. Here, as is similar in meaning to and. Here, as is similar in meaning to because. So, the correct answer is the second option. As, here in this sentence means because. He put on his gloves as it was very cold outside. He put on his gloves because it was very cold outside.
Since she was the best worker, she was promoted quickly. Since is a time reference marking the time she has worked there. Since is not a time reference. It is the reason for her promotion, linking reason and result. So, the correct answer is the second one. Since she was the best worker, she was promoted quickly. She was promoted quickly because she was the best worker.
He worked very hard for the test. However, he still failed. The speaker is a bit surprised that the person failed. The speaker is not surprised at all that the person failed. The first option is correct. However, in this sentence implies that despite the fact that he worked so hard for the test, he still failed. The speaker is a bit surprised that the person failed.
He wouldn't drive slower despite the thick fog. The speaker thinks that the other person's driving was logical in the conditions. The speaker thinks that the other person's driving was illogical in the conditions. The second option is correct. The speaker thinks that he was driving fast enough, though he knew the weather was bad. The driver was illogical.
Since he could speak several languages, he found a job without too much difficulty. Since is similar in meaning to because, or since is similar in meaning to but. Here, the first option is correct. Since means because. Since he could speak several languages, he found a job without too much difficulty. He found a job without too much difficulty because he could speak several languages.
Although it was freezing, he went out in a t-shirt. The speaker thinks that this is logical behavior. The speaker thinks that this is not normal. Here, the second option is correct. It is not normal to go out in a t-shirt when it is freezing outside.
In spite of the problems, we managed to finish it on time. The speaker did not expect to finish on time, or the speaker expected to finish on time. Here the first option is right. The speaker did not expect to finish on time because of the problems he was facing.
Despite the police, the demonstration went ahead. The police tried to stop the demonstration, or the police did not try to stop the demonstration. Here, the word despite shows that the police did try to interrupt. Despite the police, the demonstration went ahead. So, the first option is correct. The police tried to stop the demonstration.
It was easy as we had all the instructions. As means when, or as means because. The correct answer is the second one. It was easy because we had all the instructions.
Now we'll work on the correct usage of phrasal verbs. In the English language, a phrasal verb is a verb combined with a preposition or an adverb to become a phrasal verb.
The first set of the phrasal verbs is based on the verb to stand. Choose the correct answer.
She couldn't stand because she was drunk. In, up, on. The correct answer is she couldn't stand up because she was drunk.
She's very conservative and stands traditional family values. On, out, for. The right answer is she stands for traditional family values.
Because the actor was ill, Prakash stood for him and played the role for a week. Off, in, out. Because the actor was ill, Prakash stood in for him and played the role for a week.
She stood Parliament at the last election but wasn't elected. On, for, in. The correct answer is she stood for Parliament at the last election but wasn't elected.
She stood her brother when he was sent to prison. By, in, on. The correct answer is she stood by her brother when he was sent to prison.
Stand your man. In, by, out. The correct answer is stand by your man.
He's so much better than the other students and stood from the first day. Off, out, in. The correct answer is he is so much better than the other students and stood out from the first day.
The house stands because it is the only one in the street that has been painted recently. In, on, out. The correct answer is out. The house stands out because it is the only one in the street that has been painted recently.
She's standing from her position because she wants a younger person to take over. In, down, off. The correct answer is off. She's standing off from her position because she wants a younger person to take over.
She stood him when he criticized her and told him exactly what she thought of his management style. Up to, up, up for. The correct answer is up to. She stood up to him when he criticized her and told him exactly what she thought of his management style.
The soldier stood, attention, for, in, to. The correct answer is in. The soldier stood in attention.
What do the initials BBC stand? British Broadcasting Corporation. By, for, with. The correct answer is for. What do the initials BBC stand for? British Broadcasting Corporation.
In this exercise, we will select the correct prepositions as well as learn about the phrasal verbs based on the verb to take. Choose the correct prepositions.
He looks like his mother. He takes her. After, to, for. The correct answer? He takes after her, which means he looks like her.
Do you take me an idiot? After, in, for. The correct preposition here is for. Do you take me for an idiot?
The plane couldn't take because of the snow. Off, up, to. The correct answer is off. The plane couldn't take off because of the snow.
He tried a couple of judo lessons and took it right away because he found it made him feel so much fitter. To, over, away. The correct answer is to. He tried a couple of judo lessons and took to it right away because he found it made him feel so much fitter.
He took swimming when his doctor told him he needed to get more exercise. After, up, in. The correct answer is up. He took up swimming when his doctor told him he needed to get more exercise.
You should take Christmas decorations on the 6th of January. Up, to, down. The correct answer is you should take down Christmas decorations on the 6th of January.
He invited me to stay and I'm going to take him his offer. Up, up on, upon. The correct answer is he invited me to stay and I'm going to take him up on his offer.
The company took several new employees to cope with the extra demand. In, up, on. The correct answer is the company took on several new employees to cope with the extra demand.
He took everything the lecturer said in his notebook. Up, down, on. The correct answer is he took down everything the lecturer said in his notebook.
He spoke too quickly for us to take everything he said. In, on, down. The correct answer is he spoke too quickly for us to take down everything he said.
She took drink after her husband died. Down, to, in. The correct answer is she took to drink after her husband died.
Can you take this phone number for me, please? Up, in, down. The correct answer is, can you take this phone number down for me, please?
He took the piano straight away and became proficient in a few months. To, in, down. The correct answer is he took to the piano straight away and became proficient in a few months.
They took the company when it went bankrupt. In, down, over. The correct answer is they took the company down when it went bankrupt.
I took my hat when I entered the building. Off, on, in. The correct answer is I took my hat off when I entered the building.
If you don't take your books to the library on time, you have to pay a fine. Out, back, into. The correct answer is, if you don't take your books back to the library on time, you have to pay a fine.
She took her glasses and went to bed. Off, on, down. The correct answer is she took her glasses off and went to bed.
I can't be bothered to cook tonight, so I'll get an Indian take. Off, up, away. The correct answer is I can't be bothered to cook tonight, so I'll get an Indian takeaway.
He refused to take what he said, even though he knew he was wrong. In, back, off. The correct answer is he refused to take back what he said, even though he knew he was wrong.
Just because you are angry, it doesn't mean you can take it me. Out on, out off. The correct answer is, just because you are angry, it doesn't mean you can take it out on me.
I couldn't put the radio back together after I had taken it off, out, on, apart. The correct answer is, I couldn't put the radio back together after I had taken it apart. We will now discuss phrasal verbs that use the main verb to talk. Choose the correct answer.
He talks to the workers. Up, down, out. And the correct answer is he talks down to the workers, meaning he is rude and does not give them respect.
The man was standing on the edge of the roof and said he was going to jump off the building. It took the police 2 hours to talk him in, down, over. The right answer for this sentence is the last answer, over. It took the police 2 hours to talk him over.
If things aren't right in a relationship, you should talk things with your partner. Over, down, about. The right answer is over. Let's move ahead.
She was completely against my ideas, and it took me hours to talk her to my way of thinking. Over, up, round. The correct answer is she was completely against my ideas, and it took me hours to talk her round to my way of thinking.
They talked all their differences and the divorce went through without any problems or arguments. Out, in, down. The correct answer is they talked out all their differences and the divorce went through without any problems or arguments. A man was standing on the roof and was going to jump until the police talked him it. Over, out of, round. The answer is a man was standing on the roof and going to jump until the police talked him out of it.
She didn't want to buy it, but the assistant talked her it. Over, out of, into. The correct answer is she didn't want to buy it, but the assistant talked her into it.
They negotiated for hours and still could not talk their differences. Round, to, out. The answer is they negotiated for hours and still could not talk out their differences.
She is charming and can talk her way off any trouble. Out, into, round. The correct answer is she is charming and can talk her way out of any trouble.
I talked my financial worries with my bank manager. Into, about, round. The correct answer is I talked about my financial worries with my bank manager.
Can you understand what he's talking into, round, about? The correct answer is, can you understand what he's talking about?
She was angry because the student talked to her when she told him off. Down, back, up. The correct answer is she was angry because the student talked back to her when she told him off.
Here is another set of phrasal verbs with the verb to try. Choose the correct answer.
She didn't try the shoes. Before, she bought them and took the wrong size. On, off, to. The correct answer is she didn't try the shoes on before she bought them and took the wrong size.
She tried the skirt size and felt it was too small. On for, on, off. The correct answer is she tried the skirt on for size and felt it was too small.
You should always try a car before buying it. Out, in, to. The correct answer is you should always try a car out before buying it.
She knew that they weren't going to let her enter, but she tried it all the same. Out, on, in. The correct answer is she knew that they weren't going to let her enter, but she tried it out all the same.
She tried her hand cooking Chinese food, but it didn't go very well. At, for, in. The correct answer is she tried her hand at cooking Chinese food, but it didn't go very well.
You should try ideas like that before you tell everybody about them. out, on, in. The correct answer is you should try out ideas like that before you tell everybody about them.
She was tried robbery and fraud. Of, for, in. The correct answer is she was tried for robbery and fraud.
I tried my hand painting, but I wasn't very good. At, of, for. The correct answer is I tried my hand at painting, but I wasn't very good.
They let you try the computer for a fortnight before you pay. At, out, on. The correct answer is they let you try the computer out for a fortnight before you pay.
He's trying a place at Cambridge University next year. On, to, for. The correct answer is he's trying for a place at Cambridge University next year.
Try the shirt and see if it looks good. On, out, for. The correct answer is try the shirt on and see if it looks good.
There are so many phrasal verbs that we hear, not knowing what they actually are. Let us learn some more. Here is a set of questions on phrasal verbs based on the verb to wait. Choose the correct answer.
If someone tells you to wait up, they want you to wait until they get back. True, false. The correct answer is true. Wait up for me. I'll be back soon.
A waiter or waitress waits people in a restaurant. Around, behind, on, up. On is the correct answer. A waiter or waitress waits on people in a restaurant.
If you stay somewhere after everyone else has left, you left behind. True or false? The correct answer is true. If you stay somewhere after everyone else has left, you are left behind.
We had to wait the storm before we could continue our walk. Around, behind, out, up. The correct answer is out. We had to wait out the storm before we could continue our walk.
A butler waits people around, in, upon. The correct answer is a butler waits upon people.
I didn't go to work yesterday morning because I had to wait for the plumber. Behind, in, upon. The correct answer is behind. I didn't go to work yesterday morning because I had to wait behind for the plumber. If you wait around for something, you just wait without doing anything. True? False? The statement is true. You're waiting around for something to happen.
Hundreds of people were waiting for her to arrive. Around, on, upon. The correct answer is around. Hundreds of people were waiting around for her to arrive.
Let us now go through a set of phrasal verbs based on the verb to work. And then finally, we will do the last set based on the verb to write. Choose your answer.
She gets very worked and loses her temper easily if she doesn't win. Out, up, off. up. She gets very worked up. That's the right answer.
She doesn't like the idea, but if we work her, she might change her mind. Out, off, on. The correct answer is on. She doesn't like the idea, but if we work on her, she might change her mind.
The factory is working all its employees. Death. For, out, to. The correct answer is to. The factory is working all its employees to death.
It took her 3 years to work her debts after university, but now she doesn't owe anyone anything at all. In, off, out. The correct answer is out. It took her 3 years to work out her debts after university, but now she doesn't owe anyone anything at all.
After work, we go to the gym and work at, up, out. The correct answer is out. After work, we go to the gym and work out.
She spent a couple of hours working the answers to the crossword puzzle. Out, in, off. The correct answer is out. She spent a couple of hours working out the answers to the crossword puzzle.
My daughter spent 20 minutes working the answer to a maths question. In, out, off. The correct answer is out. My daughter spent 20 minutes working out the answer to a maths question.
She gets very stressed up and goes running in order to work all her negative energy. In, act, off. The correct answer is off. She gets very stressed up and goes running in order to work off all her negative energy.
Are you still working the same design or have you finished it? On, over, up. The correct answer is on. Are you still working on the same design or have you finished it?
She's been working the project for 3 years and still hasn't found the answer. Off, on, in. The correct answer is on. She's been working on the project for 3 years and still hasn't found the answer.
Calculating your tax bill is very difficult. I can never work it. Off, out, up. The correct answer is out. Calculating your tax bill is very difficult. I can never work it out.
It took me ages to work the answer to the question. Off, up, out. The correct answer is out. It took me ages to work out the answer to the question. Our final set is based on the verb to write. Look at these sentences and choose the correct word to make it a phrasal verb.
She wrote to me weeks ago and I still haven't replied. I must write to her. Back, out, off. The correct answer is back. She wrote to me weeks ago and I still haven't replied. I must write back to her.
A lot of viewers wrote to complain about the program. In, up, off. The correct word is in. A lot of viewers wrote in to complain about the program.
I have finished the rough draft. I just have to write it properly. In, up, off. The correct answer is up. I have finished the rough draft. I just have to write it up properly.
The car was so badly damaged that the insurance company wrote it out, in, off. The correct answer is off. The car was so badly damaged that the insurance company wrote it off.
I don't remember where I wrote her number. It's on a little piece of paper somewhere. Off, in, down. The correct answer is down. I don't remember where I wrote her number down. It's on a little piece of paper somewhere.
The doctor had to write a full report on the incident. Out, in, off. The correct answer is out. The doctor had to write out a full report on the incident.
The restaurant got a very good ride from the critics when it opened. Off, up, in. The correct answer is up. The restaurant got a very good write-up from the critics when it opened.
Write the number before you forget it. Off, to, down. The correct answer is down. Write the number down before you forget it.
I wrote them for a catalogue, but they never sent it. Up, off, to. The correct answer is 2. I wrote to them for a catalogue, but they never sent it.
That's it for today. Practice with this VCD till you know the answers well. You will then be able to use many of these phrasal verbs and impress people with your skills in the English language.
Okay then, see you tomorrow. Bye.
Today you have revised a lot of phrasal verbs, prepositions and gerunds. English is an easy and simple language. Until you can read very well, you must practice listening to the language wherever and whenever you get the opportunity. You have just one more VCD of sentence power left in this module. If your progress has been steady, you will be able to see the benefits of this package. And we will meet tomorrow again with a whole new VCD.
नहीं है अब तो सोच सोच के जीना, हमको तो अब कोई भी रोक सके ना। नहीं है अब तो सोच सोच के जीना, हमको तो अब कोई भी रोक सके ना। हौसला है दिल में, आंखों में सपने, मिलाने हैं अब वक्त से कदम अपने। चलो तुम साथ चलो, बढ़ो तुम साथ बढ़ो, आशाओं की पलक पर चलो दिन रात चलो। चलो तुम साथ चलो, बढ़ो तुम साथ बढ़ो, ज्ञान की रोशनी में खिलो दिन रात खिलो। कुछ पाने की चाहत हो जहाँ, सपनों की आहट हो जहाँ, हमको तो अब है वो जुनून, पाना है हर वो सुकून। राहों में रहमत के अब है निशान, बदलेगा अब तो अपना ये जहां, अपना ये जहां। पलकों पर सजे हैं अरमान, पाना है अब वो आसमां। खुशियों की खुशबू हो जहाँ, मंजिल है ना कोई भी अब बेजुबान, जिंदगी ने पाई एक नई सुबह, एक नई सुबह। चलो तुम